G'day, ZiggyD here. In this video, I am going to do my best to clear up some of the drama and confusion surrounding pricing, DLC, and the marketing for Evolve. Now, let's face it, 2K's marketing for the game, especially relating to DLC, has been pretty poor. It sort of started with the comment about the game being a platform for DLC. I think a much better way to state it that people would have been more interested in is focusing on the fact that the game is expandable and that they want to support it for a long time to keep the game active. That's a very positive thing, and it's a very current generation thing to do, rather than putting out Evolve 1 and then next year putting out Evolve 2, and then a couple years later putting out Evolve 5 Modern Warfare. So, the next thing was probably the hard selling of DLC before the game is out. I think they've made a bit of a misstep by really going overboard on the promotion for the DLC for the game. Again, I think this just stems back from the idea that they really want to show that this is going to be a game they support long term and that they continue to expand, but the way they've gone about it has been pretty crappy. And then, finally, there's been some pretty confusing pre-order bonuses and DLC structure for the game that have led to a lot of people even believing things like the fact that there's day one DLC for the game. So guys, let's try and break this down as clearly as possibly and clear up some of this confusion. And hopefully if you guys see anyone being confused about all of this, you can point them to this video. So, what has been promised since the very beginning in the core game is this: 3 monsters, 12 hunters, 12 maps, and multiple game modes, which now we know includes Hunt, Rescue, Nest, and Defense mode. Now all of this is included in the basic purchase of the game. You don't need to pre-order, you don't need to pay any additional costs, you don't need to buy any day one DLC. This includes Wraith, Parnell, Abe, Kyra, and Cabot. These are all in the game with the initial purchase. They're not day one DLC like a lot of people have been sort of led to believe. They are included in the core game. So basically everything that has been promised for the core game is coming out day one with a basic purchase without any pre-order or anything else needed. Now there will be post-launch DLC that has been announced and is still in development. Now post-launch DLC that has been announced so far includes the Behemoth monster. Again, this is not day one, this will be coming after launch. 4 as of yet unannounced hunters. Another monster after that. Another 4 hunters that are unannounced again after that. And various cosmetic skins. Now maps and new game modes will be free DLC for everybody. The idea behind this is to not divide the community. I for one think that this is a fantastic thing. I hated playing Call of Duty and Battlefield in the past where if you didn't get the DLC, you would just get booted out of matches or things like that all the time. In addition to that, Monster and Hunter DLC will also not divide the community. Even if you don't own the Behemoth DLC when it comes out, you still get to play against the Behemoth. So essentially you get to benefit from an expanded game without even buying the DLC. If you buy the DLC, that just gives you the ability to unlock and play that monster. So with the core game, you will be able to play against every single monster, every single hunter, on every single map and in every single game mode until the end of time for the game. At least that's what has been promised. So with that out of the way, what are the actual purchasables for the game? What can you actually buy? What can you actually spend money on? Now firstly, there is the base game. This is buying it on day 5 after launch, buying it in 6 months time, buying it on day 1, not pre-ordering. The base game includes 12 hunters, 3 monsters, 12 maps, and 4 promised game modes. So all of the things that were promised are coming in the base game. Now if you pre-order the base game, you will also unlock the Behemoth DLC once it comes out. Now I think that this is kind of shitty practice, essentially locking people into a pre-order or encouraging people to pre-order in an industry that doesn't really need that sort of thing. But this is not a day one DLC that you need to pre-order to get, this is just an additional DLC, and essentially it's akin to providing a $15 discount on the base game, and plus an additional DLC. So you get that DLC for free once it comes out. And then you also get the Cosmetic Savage Goliath skin. So for pre-ordering the base game, you unlock the Behemoth DLC once it comes out, once it's finished development, and the Cosmetic Savage Goliath skin. Guys, the simple answer to this is only pre-order the game if you actually want to play the Behemoth, and if you've played the betas and alphas and are already in love with the game and are going to be buying it anyway. Don't pre-order the game if you are unsure of whether you're even going to play the Behemoth. You will be able to still play against the Behemoth as a hunter, and you will still be able to benefit from that DLC without taking that risk of pre-ordering a game you are unsure about. Don't support pre-order bonuses if you are uncomfortable with getting the game in the first place. Now, this is another kind of shitty thing just here. Some stores may have cosmetic gun skins as their exclusive pre-order bonuses. I think that this is kind of a shitty practice as well. I'm not really a fan of this in the industry, but it's not a major thing. They're just cosmetic bonuses. Now, the next purchasable is the Hunting Season Pass. This includes a Cosmetic Savage Goliath skin, which was, one of the pre-order bonuses. And then in addition to that, it includes the Molten Goliath, Kraken, and Wraith cosmetic skins, and unannounced 4 hunters to play. So the hunter DLC that will come out after the Behemoth DLC comes out. So the season pass includes basically 1 monster DLC, 4 new hunters, and some cosmetics. Now, I don't really know why they've advertised this as a season pass when there's going to be other playable DLCs in the past. I assume that it comes down to those being in a later season or something. Again, kind of shitty marketing on that one just there. Now, the next purchasable is the Digital Deluxe Edition. This includes the base game and the hunting season pass. So everything I've talked about for the previous 2 things just there. So that's the base game, the pre-order bonuses are included in the hunting season pass, and then you get the hunting season pass. Now, the final purchasable that's been announced so far is the PC Monster Race. Now, this includes everything mentioned so far, so the base game and the hunting season pass, and then you get also basically all future announced DLCs. So the PC Monster Race is kind of the actual season pass, I would say, because it includes all of the playable DLCs that have been announced as being worked on so far. I think overall, it's not a bad model for the game, I just think it's been very poorly communicated. Essentially, this is probably one of the better models I've seen for like a multiplayer shooter style game where the maps and new classes and stuff like that don't divide the community. I think that's one of the best things, and I think that's one of the things that people should really focus on, how good a thing that is. There are a few little things that I find kind of shitty, like the exclusive pre-order bonuses for different stores, and then the including one of the DLCs in the initial one, but they're really kind of minor things in comparison to all of that not dividing the community business. So guys, it's a bit of a marketing disaster, I think, and it's causing a lot of drama and confusion. I hope that this video has done a good job of sort of clearing it up for you guys. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comments below, and I'll try and help you guys sort it all out, but hopefully that clears it up for you guys. That's it for now, I'm Ziggy D, and thanks for watching.